And finally, we have the field diagram. The field diagram is an overhead look at the airfield and runways. It shows us small details needed for our approach, such as runway lengths, lighting, arresting gear elevations. This diagram also includes final approach fixes, missed approach point times when using an approach that doesn't require DME. Elevation. This shows the altitude or elevation of the field in feet. Note this isn't necessarily the same altitude as all the runways or taxiways, but refers to the highest elevation on the airfield. Runway dimensions. These numbers are the runway dimensions. The first value is the length of the runway surface in feet, and the second is the runway width in feet. Final approach fixed. This section lets you know the distance from the final approach fixed to the missed approach point. It also gives you the approximate time in minutes and seconds according to your approach speed. This is important at many runways because you don't need DME equipment for this approach, so you don't have accurate distance indications to help you know when you reach the missed approach point. So you need to know the time when you hit your FAF and when you go X minutes or seconds beyond, you know, your missed approach point. So to clear it up, for instance, if you were flying at 115 knots and 146 seconds later you don't have the runway in sight, you have no choice but to execute a missed approach. Touchdown zone elevation. The touchdown zone elevation is the elevation of the runway segment that you are intended to land. If it's listed in feet, it's useful when you're on final approach and flaring. The tower, well, the approach plate also lists information about the tower itself. Note the larger star, which indicates the approximate location of a control tower on the airfield. The number below TSR indicates its height in feet. So for example, the tower in Seattle has an approximate height of 517 feet. And finally, the runway identifier. You'll see a number at the end of each runway, which you probably guessed is the runway identifier. In this case, it's runway 16 left. Runways on an approach plate are identified as either numbers or letters. As you probably know, runway values are shortened values of the magnetic heading of the runway. Basically, average the heading to the nearest 10th degree and divide by 10. So runway 16 left in Seattle has a magnetic heading of around 160. We certainly covered a lot of material in this tutorial. We looked at SIDs, stars, approach plates, and walking away, I hope you at least have a better understanding how all these pieces put together will place you closer to flying just the way it's done in the real world. I don't consider myself an expert by any stretch of the imagination, and I'm sure this tutorial has some errors or omissions in it. However, it's my goal that hopefully by sharing ideas, we can all learn something. After all, flying, whether in a simulator or in the real world, is all about learning and practice. Lots of it. See you in the air.